Hey, welcome to Love and React. We're Katie and AD, reacting to all the hottest stories, the wildest vlogs, and all your relationship tea. So buckle up and let's react to Ray J and his latest situation.
I'm pretty sure by now most of you've heard about Ray J getting arrested on Thanksgiving. So without further ado, let's jump into this situation.
The world, bro. Now I got my kids in here with me. I'm not, ain't nobody taking my kids away from me on Thanksgiving, bro. The animals. They in my house. They making threats to me.
That sounded like something metal. That was not a juice bottle sliding across that table. That sounded like a pow sliding across that table or desk. All right. Let's see what's going on.
Check it out.
What's up? What you trying to do? Take my kids?
I'm getting my kids.
Okay, take your kids. Watch how they cry. Take my kids because y'all drunk. Y'all want to drive drunk? Y'all want to drive drunk? Drive drunk. Drive drunk, princess.
Right, you just
Drive
pointed,
drunk.
You just pointed a gun.
Drive drunk.
You just pointed a gun. At
Drive drunk, princess. Go ahead. What?
So she's, giving her side of the story right now while she's really leaving. Hey, you just pointed a weapon. So, Ray. Come on, man.
Right. All right, let's see what's going on next.
Want to take my kids? You and your drunk cousin? Because y'all drunk as and y'all alcoholics? Take my kids then. Go ahead. Who's going to drive? Tony, he's been drinking
I'm not
too.
driving.
Who's been driving? Everybody?
Wait, is he worried about drunk driving when he just pointed a pow at them? Who's going to drive my kids? Who's going to drive my kids? You just pointed at us and you worried about somebody drinking and driving.
Yeah, and the worst arguments, it seem like when you're in a relationship or even just in general.
Yeah.
The arguments when you're intoxicated, because even though you're justifying yourself, when you have something in your system, you don't even all the way understand what you're saying. Sometimes you just blurt stuff out because it's your feelings, and you letting what they say that courage juice, give you the courage to say what you need to say.
Right.
So if you have been intoxicated with anything, all of a sudden, you're trying to argue something just because, it's coming out from your emotion.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. Let's see.
I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
Yeah, whatever.
You pointed a gun at us.
Why did you wake my daughter up?
You pointed a gun at us.
Why did you just wake my daughter up?
Us.
Why did you just wake my daughter up?
You see how that little girl is clinging to her mom?
Mm-hmm.
And she's not even budging. She didn't turn around. It's like she's so used to the yelling and the screaming that's happening within that environment that all she can do is just kind of put her head into her mom's shoulder and just latch onto her. So it shows me, in my opinion, that this is nothing new or foreign to this little girl. And I understand that Princess has her daughter there within the yelling situation because she's not in her own home. But I would hope that if it was a different environment that she wouldn't have her daughter right there in the middle of all this confrontation.
Yeah, and if she woke her up, it could have been to wake her up to, like, we gotta go. Or it could have been like, hey, he pointing a gun, let me get my daughter up because he may not do nothing if
I have her in my arms.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I don't know the situation of, besides her trying to get her to say, let's go. Sometimes you trying to, your brain is working. You're like, okay, let me grab her because he acting a fool and I know he won't do nothing to her or I hope he won't do nothing to her. And especially with certain situations where they grabbing a weapon.
I agree.
All I wanted to do was have a good thing.
Why did you wake my daughter up?
Ray?
Because you're selfish.
Delusional.
You're drunk.
You're a woman abuser.
You're
and
drunk.
You're delusional.
I'm a woman. That's
Yes,
what drunk
you
people
are.
say.
Boy, that caught his attention when she said that.
Yeah,
a woman abuser.
I don't hear a lot of drunk people saying that, but hey, I don't be around a lot of drunk people. But
Right.
Yeah, you say that's what drunk people say.
Right.
Hey. And y'all know drunk people say you're a woman abuser. You're like first thing when they get that drink in them, you're a woman abuser. You're like, yep, you had too much. Time to cut her out.
For sure. Time out. Man, that's unfortunate though. So she is saying that he abuses women. So she's been abused by him, and probably before this situation. I'm sure that's probably why they're not together anymore. But yeah.
And it could be mental abuse, it could be physical abuse. There's so many different types of abuse, you know, and it could be both. Yeah. But when somebody's already saying you're this way, like, hey, it don't matter which female you with, you're going to find a way to try to abuse them emotionally or physically, so
to get that power over him.
And that's her that's her her reasoning to say that's what I think you're like, you know. It doesn't mean he is that way, but you know, that's how she feels.
9 times out of 10 I'm sure he is, because I feel now, I ain't been in no situation, you know, with no celebrities or whatever, but I believe when you get with a dude that has money, they already feel like they have the power over you, you know. And so you already starting off less than in their eyes. That's my opinion. So.
And people in general, you know, it's like, you know, they count how much you bring home, and then all of a sudden you become the man or the woman of the house. And so it could be a guy. It's not just a guy thing. It's like a thing in society where whoever brings home the most money deserves to run the house versus... You know, the way man, it was created. It was created for him to be the lead and her to be the helpmate.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Okay, let's continue.
Like, you're taking my daughter?
Grow the up. All right, seriously, cool.
You're not taking my son.
Right.
Like, I know you're not taking my son. Hey, don't. Hold on.
So it's like, there's 2 kids in there then, because she already has the daughter. And he's like, I know you ain't finna take my son. So there's the 2 kids in there that it sounds like, you know, that is a part of this situation, that they're in an argument, and he's like, hey, I know you're not taking my son.
They got 2 kids together. And it's like, okay, you could take the daughter in his eyes now. You're going to take the daughter, but you ain't taking my son. Like, that's my son, you know?
Oh, I swear to God, I'll shoot the fuck out of you. Y'all get out of my house. Y'all get out of my house. Shoot me right now. Oh, I shoot you right now.
Yeah, that's where if it comes to court or something, you know, in the future, those words right there is, you know, I'll da-da-da-da out of you, you know. You got to be careful with your words, partner, especially as old as we are. It's not like he's a teenager or a young kid where you say, well, he wasn't thinking straight. We old enough to know, okay, you say this to another man, you better be willing to do it. You can't just go out there making these threats and not telling you to do it, but you can't go out there making these threats expecting that another man just gonna be like, yeah, we understand. You know, we at your house and you got your son and your girl, your ex-girl and your kid here. Man, you talking about, you know, unaliving somebody.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tread lightly.
Take my son. No. You in my house. Hey. Bro, stop. I killed you. I kill you, bro. Stop. Okay. I know you will. But stop. I'm trying to help you out.
Everything is you in my house. These my kids. My, right? And the other dude was like, I know you will. I know you'll do that. It was almost like, did he really think that, or he was just saying that just to kind of, you know, de-escalate the situation?
I think when a guy has a weapon, you're going to try to agree with him to not try to, you know, amplify or hype the situation up worse than what it could be. You're not going to say, I dare you, or no, you ain't. Right. Because you're like challenging him. So you kind of, you got the power, you got to control the situation. I know you are, but I'm still trying to do my best to diffuse the situation.
Gotcha.
And I understand we in your house, but you've already said what you'll do to me, but I'm here to help you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm here to try to help you keep to see these kids on these days and, you know, getting her to come over. I'm only here so that she can feel comfortable. You know, I wouldn't be here, but I'm here to chill with my girl and her cousin so that they can have a man here, because they might already been discussing how they feel a certain way about the way people act.
True. All right.
All right, cool. Good? Yep. Literally, I'm gonna pull up right now. All right, chill. All right, cool. Literally, yep, we're good. All right, let go. Let go. Let's chill. I'm trying to help you. Let's go. Let's just rock. They really have to get out of my house. If I shoot you right now, I got a gun on me. I'm trying to help you get out of here. If I shoot you, I don't want to.
He said, I got a pow pow on me. Get away from me before I pow pow you. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
He's still making threats.
I'll never do that with this. Bro, I can shoot the out of you, bro.
Sound like the police have arrived.
Yeah, and you can sound like you can hear the kids crying, so they are aware of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a lot of times you make your money on crashing out in this industry, and it shouldn't take you crashing out in front of your kids and, you know, around your ex or your woman to make profit or to get in the headlines. Like, we get it. The algorithm is looking for negativity and drama because that's what sells. People want to see an accident. But, you know, there's a time and a place, and there's certain content you need to use to do that, and your family should be off limits. Ain't that much money in the world where you're going to jeopardize, you know, you losing custody or rights to see your kid and to be, you know, getting charges that could be brought on you for, you know, domestic violence, abuse, anything. It's not worth it just for content or just to have a, you know, a drink or whatever you're doing. You know, it's not worth it. So it's one of those where you gotta, you know, tread lightly, you know, on crashing out just to stay in the algorithm.
And he was recording or streaming when this all happened and didn't stop. So it's almost like
he's aware.
Where's your purpose?
He's aware, and that's what he's been known for the last couple of years is crashing out. He's trying to take over where Kanye was. You know, everybody was looking at Kanye like the crash dummy, and he was looking like, you know, like something ain't right with Kanye. And you see how he's standing in the algorithm with that, whether it's negative or positive. Since he was trying to run for that president, you know, position, he started looking like, okay, don't take everything he say because some stuff is right and some stuff ain't. When you start realizing that, now all of a sudden you want to get in that negative, you know, algorithm where you like, I can make money because people are looking for drama.
Right.
There's a balcony to my left, a room to straight ahead. Okay, so I'll hold this and then you guys just scoot up and get up, okay? Ready?
And that could have ended differently in a bad way because I'm sure when they made the call, they said, hey, this guy is here. He has a weapon and he's threatening us. We need help. So when the officers arrive, they're already expecting a situation to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has something on him, so we need to go in and try to protect ourselves. They could have came in and what they normally do, just unalived him because, you know, hey.
Yeah, when they come in with that call stating that we got an armed male, you know, especially with your color black, you know, they're going to be already having that hand on the trigger, hoping to be able to be like, yeah, we diffused the situation all right.
Right.
So you,
right.
You know, you got to be, you know, like, yo, put the gun aside. You already, by the time they arrive, you are on your knees with your hands behind your head and the gun is over next to you like, look, it ain't even on me. That way you ain't even giving them a reason.
Right. Yeah, and then at that point, yeah, they would have diffused the situation and the kids would have no father. You know, it would have been sad and he wouldn't have had a chance to, you know, get right. So, wow, that was interesting and intense.
Well, I just want to say, I've been doing a really great job at protecting my peace and staying off of social media and just going to work, taking care of my kids, minding my business. I love my kids, and I would never do anything to put them in danger, including leaving them with a man who's waving a gun around.
She looks like she has hit her wits end with him. She's had it.
And I agree with her. I mean, you grabbing both your kids, and you ain't gonna leave them with somebody that's been drinking, regardless of who they are, with one of those around.
For sure, I agree.
I would never do anything to put my kids' lives in danger. I'm the best mother, and I do it alone. I take my kids to school alone. I go to parent-teacher conferences alone. I put them to bed alone, while you're out here running around the world terrorizing women and abusing women.
There she go again with the abusing women. And it sounds like he's an absentee father, so, you know. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't give her the credit that she deserves, being a mother doing this all on her own. And then when I bet he comes into the picture, he's like, oh, daddy's here, you know, and the kids are definitely going to be excited to see him because they barely see him if she's doing all the work, you know. You're going to make my kids cry. He said that last. They're going to cry.
You know the saying, they always say, never let your emotions overpower your intelligence. So, you know, at certain situations, you can't take it to this level because now your emotion is overpowering what you already know better to do.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm not about to do is let you deflect and not take accountability for your actions, for pulling a gun out on me and my cousin's husband because I was trying to take my kids and leave your house.
So did she just said out on her and her cousin's husband? I thought the little girl was in. He pointed at the little girl too.
No, she never, or I never heard anyone say that they pointed the gun at the girl. I know that he said, so why'd you wake my daughter up? So he could have already pointed it to me, would have already pointed it, and she grabbed the daughter. That's why I was saying she might have been doing that as like, let me grab this kid, because he's already pulling a weapon on us. And so if I grab this kid, he may not do nothing stupid. And she may have been thinking, let me get both of them, because he's already acting up and I'm not finna let it get worse. So let me just go, and if he gonna do it, he gonna do it. But let me grab these kids and try to get them out of harm's way.
Gotcha.
Versus just sitting here with her sleep and he's waving this weapon around.
So when she said in that, when she was in the first video and she was like, you pointed a pow pow at us. So she might have been talking about the cousin's husband and her.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
that's what
the
I
little
took it
girl.
as.
And okay.
And that's why I see him say, you gonna wake my daughter up?
Got
and he was
you.
like, so you ain't taking my son because you already woke the daughter up.
Got you.
And that's why the daughter already hear the situation. She already see what's kind of going on. So, you know, whether the kids seen the weapon or not, they already probably used to the situation. They already hear the energy. They can feel the energy. And they're being woken up out of their sleep to yelling and arguing. And it's like one of those where you like,
Right.
I agreed to come over there and cook for Thanksgiving because I wanted you to be around your kids with me present, because the last time I left them with you, they found you naked in a bed with a woman. And when I tried to ask you about it, you told me to myself and that I don't run shit over there.
I'll be afraid to leave my kids there, as she is, if he's talking like, don't worry about what's going on over here. This is my house. You like, okay, but those are our kids, and I have every right to be concerned about their well-being while they're in your, you know, while they're under your guidance. So, yeah, no.
So, take accountability, right? Do better. Check yourself into rehab, because you're more than drunk. You're not about to sit here and try and make me look crazy when I am the best mother. Since the day my kids were born, I have been the best mother, and I'll take that. because I am. Everything I do for my kids, including being around you when I don't want to or have to. It's just, it's crazy. I'm going to continue to pray for you and pray that you get the help that you need. Because waving a gun around and leaving guns everywhere around your house is not okay. I did nothing to you to deserve that. My cousin's husband didn't do anything to deserve that. And never again.
I don't blame her. Never again. So now they probably have to get the authorities or the law or the court system involved in visitation and requiring him, as she says, he needs rehab. So he might have to go through some rehabilitation before he can have rights to see his kids, putting them in danger like that. So.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
We like to say thank you for watching Love and React. Until next time, see you later.